I cool.
That overthinking, that shutdown, that panic, it's not you being dramatic. Yeah, it is not you being dramatic. It's actually your inner child crying out for help. Hi world, my name is Melissa and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome and welcome. And basically today we're going to talk about something that I came to realize, which I wish I would have realized sooner. Maybe my life, maybe I would have made better choices, but then trusting in divine timing, right? So basically today we're talking about your adult triggers are cries from your younger self, and I'll give you 3 signs to show you that your inner child is running the show and how to go about it. So without wasting any more time, let's get into today's video. So y'all, I'll start by reminding you guys that your adult reactions aren't just about today. They are echoes of the younger you who's still scared, who still feels unheard, and who is still holding the weight of your past traumas and neglection. And also just a reminder, this is not just a trauma talk. This is the key to why you keep self-sabotaging your pace. Oh lol guys, I just realized that my chest is bare. I forgot to wear my necklace, but anyway, no problem. I also lost my nail yesterday. Also, no problem. Anyway, scratch that. So back to serious business. As I was saying, that emotional spiral, that panic when someone pulls away, the fear of saying no, it's just not who you are. It's actually your inner child running the show. And you know what? They're running the show, yes, but they're tired. They are. So, again, without wasting any more time, let's get down to the 3 signs that will tell you that your inner child is definitely running the show and is the cause of most of your reactions that you think this is just who I am. Yeah, anyway. So the first sign to know that your inner child is running the show is you overreact to small things. And then you end up saying, I'm just sensitive. What if it is not just sensitivity? What if it's your 7-year-old reliving the moment that they felt invisible at that dinner table or wherever you were? One thing I came to learn, and before I continue explaining this first sign, I'd just like to say this was the reason why I was motivated to do this video, because I'm used to saying I'm sensitive, only to come and realize that actually no, I'm not sensitive. It's my inner child running the show. And actually, you know what? Overreactions are usually overprotections from your inner child. That's how your inner child protects itself, because it's kind of relieving, it's kind of getting triggered, it's kind of feeling like it's reliving a moment in their life where they felt not seen, not heard, not cared for, not important. And that hurts, right? Like I said, overreactions are overprotections. It's actually your inner child trying to feel safe. The second sign that your inner child is running the show is you struggle with setting boundaries. If you actually people please or you're a people pleaser, it's actually not about being nice. It's about survival, because that's how your inner child knows how to live, by surviving. Because growing up, we've been taught that love is earned through performance, through perfection, hell through peacekeeping, not speaking your mind when something doesn't sit right with your spirit, and that is just not right. Now you fear that no equals to rejection. The third sign that your inner child is running the show, and this is actually the last sign, because these are the three major signs to watch out for, to know that it's actually your inner child running the show and not you, the adult. You sabotage good things, and I am a victim of that. You sabotage good things. Wow. I'm telling you guys, when I was reading and researching about this, I was just laughing. That was like months ago, and I was like, just the other day it hit me, and I was like, if I am now 23, turning 24, and I did not know that my inner child is the one who has been running the show for the past 23 years, then how many people out there are living their lives not even knowing that their inner child are running the show and not them, like their adult self? Crazy. You? Anyway, the third sign is you sabotage good things. Yep. And this happens by you actually get what you pray for and then you panic. You get what you pray for and you panic. Because, and this happens because your inner child doesn't trust safety. They only know survival. They don't know about safety. They only know survival. And because they only know survival, when things get too good, you know what? Instead of actually enjoying the moment of how things good are instead of enjoying the how good things are getting, your inner child is constantly planting these things in your brain that is making you wait for the good things to actually fall apart. Because it's not used to safety. When good things happen, it brings about safety, it brings about joy. But then your inner child deprives you of that because it's used to survival and not safety. And this is why good things will happen in our lives. And instead of us being in the moment, being happy that good things are happening, we will just be in the moment for a bit. And then the better part of it is us worrying and asking ourselves, I know it's going to fall apart. I know it's going to fall apart. Take an example. With me, before I met my current boyfriend, who is actually really nice and kind, and he's everything, I mean, but before I met him, and he's really nice, he helped me walk through my fears and healing my inner child and all that. I remember when I met him, I told him I'm still healing, I'm walking through healing my inner child because I know my inner child will prevent me. Actually, it's not that it will, it was actually preventing me from enjoying and appreciating the fact that finally the universe and my divine team have brought me someone who I have been praying for. Instead, my inner child was showing me that this is too good to be true. He's about to mess up. He's about to leave. You're about to find out about the other woman, you know? And it's crazy how we sabotage good things. Because actually, you're not healing your inner child and not knowing signs of your inner child running the show can actually make you sabotage really good things, because you won't be able to know the difference between, is this actually true? Because your inner child won't let you accept that, yeah, this is actually true, it's actually happening for you because you actually deserve it. It won't. It's used to survival. So guys, this three so guys, I used myself as an example because yes, I am a victim of my inner child, but I am so glad I am able to work through it, and I'm better. I mean, nowadays good things are good. I mean, we all deserve good things and we deserve to be happy. So please guys, watch out for these three signs. This is really critical. The third sign is actually the most important, because tell me how many things you've sabotaged because it felt too good to be true. And that's just your inner child planting this in your head, because it's not used to safety, it's used to people pleasing, it's used to following the rules and suppressing what you actually want and what you actually feel, just to make other people comfortable, where you make yourself uncomfortable and hard, and just, it's sad. So you guys, now that you know the three major signs to watch out for, to know if your inner child is actually running the show and if you need to heal it, let's now go to how you break the cycle of your inner child running the show, and now the adult starts running the show, and you start actually appreciating and realizing that you actually deserve good things in life. So let's talk about breaking the cycle of the inner child running the show. I'm loving this, by the way, because I'm telling you, when I was researching about this, and I'll say it again, I was flabbergasted. I was actually laughing because I was like, no, wait, you can tell me that 7-year-old me. I was like, no, wait a minute. You want to tell me, a big 23-year-old woman, has been letting my inner child run the show for me? So all along I've been thinking that the universe is not listening, that God is not listening, but then they've been listening. It's just that my inner child won't allow me to see the blessings that are in my life. I mean, where I'm at right now in my life was actually once a prayer. I'm actually living in an answered prayer, but then there was a time I couldn't see that. My inner child couldn't let me. So you guys, trust you me, heal your inner child and see how good things get. Anyway, let's just talk about breaking the cycles, because there's magic in breaking this cycle. So breaking the cycle, your inner child doesn't need to run your life, and I think I've said that 1,000 times in just different ways. But yeah, your inner child doesn't need to run your life. They actually need to be seen, heard, and held, right? So how do you make your inner child feel loved, heard, held? And actually seen. Your inner child, to be specific, your inner child needs to be seen, to be heard, to be held, and to be loved. So how do you do this? How do you start giving love, making your inner child feel seen, make it feel held? How do you do it? So this is how you do it. You start with this. The first thing you do is be kind to yourself. Speak to yourself gently. And I know you've had this 1,001 times, but there is so much power in these little things that we take for granted. So first thing you do is speak to yourself with kindness and gentleness. Never for 1 second talk down to yourself. Never. The second thing you need to do is name the wound and not just the reaction. By this I mean, most of the times you find that when you overreact, you'll name the reaction. You'll be like, sorry, I was angry, I'm sorry, I felt triggered. But what actually triggered you? What's the wound that caused you to make that reaction? So always name the wound and the reaction. Don't just name the reaction. The third thing that you can do is, and actually this third thing is the most important, let your adult self reparent your younger self. I'll say it again. Let your adult self reparent your younger self. Well, I guess by now some of you are asking, how do you do this? Lead yourself with love. Speak to yourself with kindness. Make yourself feel safe. Love yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Don't down talk yourself. Treat yourself how you want to be treated with that boyfriend that you want that won't even choose you. Yeah. So guys, the third one is the most important. Let your adult self reparent your younger self. And trust you me, you'll see changes in your life. You'll start viewing life from a very different perspective, from a very abundant perspective, and then you'll just be happy, smiling. I mean, you'll now see things clearly and you'll see things for what they actually are, because now you're not surviving anymore. Anyway guys, this brings me to the end of my video. I hope this helped or touched a soul somewhere, and if this did, share it with someone who you think needs it, or if it helped you, I'm glad. And if you've watched it this far, I really appreciate you and I appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and till we meet again, subscribe for weekly content on healing your inner child, or even just healing in general, being a better version of yourself, and soulful growth. I'm here to make you the best version of yourself spiritually, because y'all, life is so spiritual, and the earlier you realize that, the better everything gets for you. And before anything happens in the physical realm, it definitely happens in the spiritual realm. So subscribe if you feel like you want to make your life better. Anyway, bye guys, love y'all.